Yo, this is Senior G telling you to tap in on Sundays to the Philosophy Show. Live at 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on SoldierByBlood.com. Home of underground entertainment and the voice of the movement.
Pando killed the beat.
I once was, but I still got my dripped in a hot tub. Motherfuckers say I'm all washed up, but I got more bumped than a knocked up bitch in the ninth month. Life's fun, but you wanna get to that one. Where I'm from, come better lump sum. So niggas wanna act dumb. Motherfucker around to be the whole reason why the fat lady sung. Bullets get slung when the guns get wrong. Talk can be done if you don't want none. Bitch, I'm feeling small, so wrong. Through the internet, thugger, we just fuck around and pull up our front. Pop shit, sticks out to the block hot. If you want smoke, we can hot box. Turn your teeth to a crop top, then I'm back to the money like chop chop.
I ain't going nowhere, I ain't never leaving. Niggas speaking on my name for no reason. Somebody should've told them that it's killer season. I guess I gotta show them that it's killer season. I ain't going nowhere, I ain't never leaving. Niggas speaking on my name for no reason. Somebody should've told them that it's killer season. I guess I gotta show them that it's killer season. Just revved up, speaking on my name, but they can't get their bread up. Talking tough, but it's just they luck. I don't give a fuck who said what, no nut tuck. I ain't scared enough. I ain't chasing beef, I'm chasing bucks. Might dip dabble in a couple sluts. I don't think they can double dutch. Drip like a double cup. And sucked up, I suck your butt. Just bad rough, so I buckle up. Chill buckle down, I should, but should've been the last nigga you would ever wanna win. Cause I had the mask on, never fucker wanna hear. Miss me if you got a bone to pick. I break bones with hollow tips. It's big like rocket ships. Down the fit with a couple sips. Keys like a locksmith and operate no doctorate. They pussy, I'm gynecologist. So bitch, I'm in where the condom is. I'm rapping nonsense and I'm in this bitch like an occupant. I ain't going nowhere, I ain't never leaving. Niggas speaking on my name for no reason. Somebody should've told them that it's killer season. I guess I gotta show them that it's killer season. I ain't going nowhere, I ain't never leaving. Niggas speaking on my name for no reason. Somebody should've told them that it's killer season. I guess I gotta show them that it's killer season. No rest, no peace, no relief. I don't even sleep, I'm in it deep. My enemies can't even see cause I'm on creep. Black sheep, packing heat. When I come, I bring catastrophe. Got my name in your mouth like cavities. Cause I got more bars than Applebee's. All these haters wanna tackle me cause I ball hard like athletes. Run shit like a track meet. Put the beam on your face like acne. You a has-been, I'm actually everything that I had to be. All this shit come naturally, so I pour more hoes than gravity. 1800 on tap for me, yo bitch be with me happily. She like how I live lavishly, so I slide on her like Vaseline. Put it in a box like a factory, cause them niggas sweet like daiquiris. Task force stay after me, cause I got charges like batteries. And I ain't going nowhere, I ain't never leaving. Niggas speaking on my name for no reason. Somebody should've told them that it's killer season. I guess I gotta show them that it's killer season. I ain't going nowhere, I ain't never leaving. Niggas speaking on my name for no reason. Somebody should've told them that it's killer season. I guess I gotta show them that it's killer season.
Y'all know what it is, man. It's 12:30 here in the Lou. Welcome to the Philosophy Show. Hey, I'm the John, St. Floyd. And we got a we got a special co-host that walked in the house today. Shout out to Daddy motherfucking Reed. In the building. What up, y'all? Also, we have two special guests in the place, man. We're going to get into their business a little later. We got DaGreat in the place, and then we have Melanie in the house. How y'all doing today?
I'm doing good.
All right. We're going to play some bills real quick before we get into that deep shit real quick, man. So, number one, I want to give a shout out to Cash Raw, Too Much Sauce, T's Kitchen, and Exotic Happy Hour Mobile Bartending Service, man. They are a couple of our sponsors, man, who come through, man. So shout out to them. Make sure you go on Facebook and fuck with them. Those tickets for the Yours Awards November 12th is on deck. Come get them. It's going down. It's headlined by Taylor Tales, and if you don't know who that is, you might want to be in the building. She's been in Atlanta for about 2-3 months now.
Okay.
And she coming back home, coming straight to the Yours Awards to do what she do best, and that's that exotic poetry.
Don't miss that Yours Awards. It's going up.
Yeah, it's gonna be real deep. It's gonna be real deep. So make sure y'all come out, man. The thing for today is what's chronic in your life.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a spin off Melanie. So we're gonna start off with Melody first and let them know what you do and your purpose.
All right, what's up? Thank you for having me. I'm Melanie Marie, also known as Mrs. Bud Talk STL. So I've been in the cannabis industry for some time. I mean, I've been an enthusiast since, I was about 18 years old. But as far as the industry goes, we have medical marijuana that's passed. I was working on that campaign to get us the provisions we have now. And we have recreational adult use on the ballot for November. So I've been working heavy on that. I own the only Black-owned cannabis resource and education center in the Midwest region. Okay. We do fun stuff. We do karaoke. We do bingo. We do social events because the idea behind that is just to get people in the room. Get the right people in the room, have a good time, and then while you're there, we tell you what's going on in the industry, how you can make money, how you can get in, how we can end the criminalization of cannabis, which is a huge part of this medical marijuana legislation. We be freeing about 100,000 folks from their records of nonviolent cannabis offenses, and just trying to make sure everybody knows to get out November the 8th and vote. So, I mean, I'm just big in the industry. I just do me. I smoke a lot, but I do make sure that I tell my people what's going on so we can be there and educated at the ballot box. So.
All right, y'all heard that. Y'all heard that. DaGreat.
I appreciate you having me, man. It's nice seeing everybody here. I'm DaGreat. I'm the founder and manager, somewhat of Starving Artists Entertainment. We try to make sure that we stay connected in our community, support each other, and just uplift the next man. You know what I'm saying? Anybody got a dream, anybody's trying to do something positive in the entertainment industry. And, it's not just limited to music. So it's whatever you would like to do, whatever your talent is, we try to help you get behind you and push you to the next level. So, yeah.
What it do? Oh, no.
Starving Artists.
But I do got two other hosts. Y'all got some questions for the team, for the guests?
You ain't got no good today.
Of course I do. I walked in, I seen a few children over there. I was like, what, I don't know what type of party it is, but mine stay rolled. I got my pack with me, I'm
talking about in. It was just a joke.
Because I fire it up and pass it.
Put y'all coats on and go outside for a little second.
Just like that.
Yep.
Understood.
Gotta be all right.
Danny G and Young Squirt, shout out to you.
But yeah, I grow my own too. So that's like a big part of what I do as well. Inside of our facility, we have a grow room where you can go in and you can see the bud growing in different phases. I done been all around Colorado, California, Washington on this thing. I just drove out to Kansas City to go see Currency, Burner from Cookies, Jay Worthy, you know what I'm saying? Drove 4 hours just to be in the room, you know what I'm saying, and spread the news on what's going on in Missouri. So yeah, I'm tapped all the way in. It's like this second nature to me. Like I always got bud with me, so I'm finna fire it up. I pass it around, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this what I do day in and day out. Growing, I just grew my own strains, so I'm gonna be releasing that in a minute, doing some drops in the city for my own strains. So whatever you want to know about the industry, about the current state of medical marijuana in Missouri and where this will take us, like I definitely got y'all. Anything you want to know, I can connect you.
What made you choose this road of entrepreneurship?
Well, when I was 19, I was coming home from a party. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I smelled like all weed, y'all. I was fucked up, like coming home young, and I didn't know that my brake light was out. And so I'm driving, and Charlotte, I don't know if you know about Charlotte Police Department office, what used to be over there by St. Charles Rock Road. They've been disbanded since then, but pulled me over for the tail light and smelled weed in the car. And the officer was like just mean. He was nasty to me. Like, I was combative back because I didn't know how to encounter the police. Like, it was fuck 12 for me at 19. I was like just real, you know what I'm saying, attitude. Right. So it turned into an altercation between the officer and I. He pulled his gun on me. He broke my glove compartment. Yeah. I ended up being taken to jail. Car was towed, like all kind of stuff. I was blessed to be able to get an attorney, which is something that a lot of folks sometimes can't do, you know what I'm saying? But being able to get an attorney, get the cases brought down, charges brought down, and all of that. But I just really, ever since then, always hated the way that people were criminalized for weed. You know what I'm saying? Even at the end of all of that, I was still like, damn, all of that I was on weed? Right. You know, facing charges, like everything. I hated it. So then fast forward, I moved to Ferguson in 2014, about 3 months before Michael Brown Jr. was killed. And that ignited like activism within me. So I would go out, I would protest. I done been tear gassed, I've been shot at, chased, I done been through everything. Combat boots, my combat boots got heels on now because I'm, you know what I'm saying? But I done been through it, and I seen the industry, even with that, like Michael Brown with the weed in the store and the swishers, and it's like, soon as you say something about weed, the stigma is there, you know what I'm saying? Like, they looking at you, it's all bad from there. Right. I seen how they were able to spin everything in the media, and it just sprung me into social activism. I accepted a role as a social justice organizer for an organization called Color of Change. And we would go in the courtrooms and collect data around things that affected black men in the community. Things like child support, GPS monitoring devices, and cannabis offenses. And what I saw in collecting my own data, being inside the courtrooms, was that the disparities were still there. It had not changed since I was 19. The same way that they view cannabis, weed, whatever you want to call it, then is the same way that they were treating us with it now. And I wanted to do something different with that. And so that was 2018. 2019, I got onto the campaign trail. Never been into politics like that for real, but I started to see what's in the policy really is what governs us. You know what I'm saying? Ignorance of the law is no excuse. So if you don't know what's in that book, in that rule book, that playbook, when you get out there to play the game, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to take more control of the laws that we put in place. Our votes put those laws in place. Our signatures, I bust my ass and caught. We did 173,000 signatures over what was required in order to be able to get this on the ballot, you know? So it's a lot of things that end up being invested in this. And so I just wanted to do something different, you know? We got medical marijuana passed. We can't end the federal prohibition, of course, on cannabis, but what we can do within our local jurisdictions is very powerful. So just a host of experiences have really led me to this fight, for real.
And that's a start.
And I just love weed. You feel me? Like, I just love it. The more I learn about it, the more I learn about the science of it, the way that we have an endocannabinoid system within our bodies, that THC receptors, you can have an imbalance within your body. And so when you get the THC, it balances you. It brings you to a state of homeostasis, balance completely.
So you feel with the rise of cannabis use, will it neutralize cigarettes? Because eventually cigarettes, they trying to somewhat to ban menthol. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, that was your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
will it overpower cigarettes, basically?
I can't necessarily say it'll overpower cigarettes, because even now, when I consume, it's still people that get up and go smoke their cigarette after they smoke their blunt. It's the tobacco. It's very addictive. That's how I know it's a money game. Like, this not a race game for me. Yeah, I did my my everything with the community, but this is a money game. And they make money off their tobacco sales. You know what I'm saying? They making money off the alcohol sales. But those things are killing people. I don't know any studies, any research, any statistic of anyone dying from weed all of these years.
That's why I say if they ban menthol, it would do.
I think that's just a separate fight,
Yeah.
for real. But I do think that if they ban menthol, that weed is a safe alternative for that. But even with smoking anything is the worst way to consume. So even though weed is very medicinal and the weed itself is not bad for you, the way in which we consume can be detrimental, because a lot of the times it's not really the weed that you're craving when you're smoking backwoods and swishers. It's the tobacco, it's the nicotine, you know, it's what's in that your body is really, really craving, and it's bad for you. So, you know, it's the flip side of it.
All right, Comp the Great, man. How long you been doing this?
I've been doing this for. It's been a little over 20 years, to be honest. My very first show that I had, public appearance, was 1999. I was able to open up the Tech 9.
Okay.
And that was the very first thing that I ever did publicly. But yeah, I think 16, I was already, you know, having a little following and people trying to.
Congratulations on that, bro. For real.
Influencing people has always been like one of my stronger things. Try to always lead with positivity, good faith, high hopes. You know, every time I fail at doing something, it's just an opportunity to do it the correct way. So I always just try to look at it like that. So like all the people that I've helped, been associated with, everybody's moved on in their own directions. Big shout out to all of them, because most of them are doing pretty good. So you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of them for that. And just keeping it going, and I'm just keeping it going myself, man. My son got into music.
Cool.
I was probably one of his biggest inspirations to do that, and I ain't gonna lie, man, he killing it, man. And
that's what's up.
I'm very proud of him.
We gonna have him.
November
2nd. Yeah, it's going down.
Gotcha.
Y'all got some questions for Comp?
My question is, what are your top 5 influential artists of all time? Not the greatest artists, but your Comp the Great's top 5 influential artists of all time.
Oh man, see, it's always very hard for me to narrow it down, because like I kind of look at characteristics, you know, who they are as individuals, and then their business mentality. Anytime I look at, you know, somebody as far as if I'm gonna support them, rock with them, try to do something with them, something like that. Yeah. So it's real hard, man, cause it's and like this is just local. The people who I see doing their thing, you know, I look up to Twizzy. I look up to Frost, Big Blue, Zeus. I mean, because these are just people who are making a statement with the things that they're doing, and I've had the pleasure to work with them, and I really appreciate the stuff that I've learned from them, whether it was, you know, like they were trying to teach me or not.
Right.
So, you know, like whether it was direct education or whether it was, you know what I'm saying, I just pick up on things sometimes. And so I appreciate everybody for doing their thing, so I can't really narrow it down. But I mean, those were just to drop a few names. I'm very inspired by Verified. I'm gonna keep on coming back to that, only due to the fact that like he don't know, you know what I'm saying, man. He touched my spirit in a way that, you know, I didn't think was possible, especially from someone so young.
Who is it?
Verified.
Verified?
Yeah, that's my kid.
Okay. Verified.
Verified. Yeah.
Verified.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's
right.
official.
Verifyd.
Yeah.
Spell it different because he do it different.
All day.
That's
day.
it.
That's what it do. That's what it do.
So we also got merch that comes from in-house, and you know, we make
go ahead and pull our finger.
In-house.
You want to show it?
Yeah.
You got a camera right here.
We do hoodies, you know what I'm saying? We can do like whole track suits and fits, you know. We try to, you know what I'm saying, do it different. You know what I'm saying? Not just the basic stuff, you know what I'm saying? Put stuff on the sleeves and the hoods. And this little logo we kind of been trying to formulate, you know what I'm saying? And we try to make it affordable. We try to make it to where artists that we participate with, we can also help them get their merch out there and get their, you know what I'm saying? So we do all this in-house.
How much for the shirt?
Shirts 25, hoodies 35. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they all come, quality stuff. One I'm wearing actually been in the washing machine quite a few times.
Okay.
And
motherfucker look fresh.
Yeah.
Just crack the zip and
Right.
tag.
It's been washed. So, you know what I'm saying? And that's all with my manager, Jules. You know what I'm saying? She takes care of she takes care of everything, to be honest. You know, I just really manage the music and try to help people's inner energy so that they can just try to have a positive outlook. It's so many of us out here trying to do things and handle it as far as like physical violence, robbing, stealing, killing, lying. You know, I try to preach like integrity, take accountability, you know what I'm saying, keep an open mind, you know what I'm saying, be respectful, respect yourself, and then, you know what I'm saying, that's just gonna trickle down to everybody else that you associate yourself with.
That's it.
All right. No,
that was it. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So before we go into start the topic, I would like, do y'all have questions for each other?
Yeah, how old is your son?
Verified at 16.
Okay. That's good. That's a good age, right, to kind of capture their trajectory on where he wants to go. Because it's a lot of avenues that call you when you're 16. You know, 16-year-old black male growing up in St. Louis.
Man.
So, yeah, I commend you there. For first of all, the first step to change is being present. So, you there. That's thank you.
Big
for
salute.
the next generation that we have before us. So,
yeah, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have 2 daughters myself. I have a 10-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old daughter. And I keep them busy, too. They're both into the arts. My daughter, she's into dance. She's been doing ballet, jazz, liturgical dance since she was about 4 years old. And now she does majorette. So band dance is what she loves. So she does that. Then I have my 7-year-old who is on the circus training team. So she does, they teach them contortion, they teach them juggling. Kind of came from her being in gymnastics and clowning around. But
That's different.
Yeah. So.
You getting good at it?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. So
sometimes we
so
gotta
good. Only been a few months.
widen our view, man. And I like that she put her daughters in that, you know, because sometimes it's just you gonna do this, that, you gonna sing, you gonna do this, you know. Yeah. Let's take our kids out the box, man. Let's give them better opportunities, man. I'm happy for all y'all because I know what you do with your kids, and we talked about what you do with your daughter. She going to be a lawyer, and you talking about what you're doing with your son, and you showing your daughters a different spectrum and an outlook on life, and most importantly, entrepreneurship, because this new generation has taken entrepreneurship to a whole nother level. Me, myself, I don't have kids. I'm just daddy rich, and I'm uncle, and I'm daddy to everybody. You know, I just fill in the gaps of the missing. You know what I'm saying? That's always been my thing. You know, whatever it is, whether it's talk, walk, example, you know, that's what I do. You know, and I'm just, man, proud to be surrounded by y'all. So if I ever do get lucky enough to have a child, I'm like, okay, Tweezy did this with his son. He made his daughter go to school, and she being a lawyer, she had her daughter doing contortionist and circus, and Comp the Great is just showing his son every avenue, you know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm just happy to be here, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
All right, so we're going to start out with the game, man, what's chronic in your life. So I always go to my boy St. Floyd on this, man. When I say that, what comes to your mind? Besides weed. Don't say weed, goddammit. What's chronic in your life, man?
Chronic humbleness.
You say humbleness?
Yeah, I mean, because if you ain't humble, you can't get high. It ain't going to do what you actually wanted to do. Chronic is focus to some. You know what I'm saying? And, like, not only recreation, when you in that recreation, that chronic focus, you in that recreation. Whatever. Straight up. that's just the way it is. It's healing. It's healing. It's healing. It's meditation. It chronic does a lot. People, and most of all, it just it satisfies the mind state. Whatever mind state you have, it satisfies the mind state. But it also, you can't let it just take you, though. So in my life, chronic is not everything, but it's important. It's important, but it's not something I can't let go. You know, some people have to have it. And whether if it's physical or mental, but it's that, you know.
So let me rephrase what I'm asking. Because we really, I use the word chronic, but I'm talking about the actual word chronic.
Chronic.
Like what's persistent in your life.
Critical.
Yeah.
Critical?
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
I thought you was talking about the good.
Well, I said don't say good. We on the philosophy now. We on the philosophy.
Philosophizing, baby.
Yeah. So what's chronic in your life, man? What's persistent in your life? When I say that, what comes to your mind?
Urgency. Chronic urgency, the time is precious, so what's chronic every day is like a sense of urgency to get to where I want to be.
Okay.
And I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's just a sense of urgency to where I set my goal. So everybody's chronic may not be my chronic, but every day where I'm at, I have a sense of to whatever I do, it has to complete to work. It has to be something that gets me to where I'm trying to go, so I will be satisfied when my eyes close.
Okay. Melanie, you seem like you wanted to say something.
I was just listening. What's chronic in my life? I'll say right now, what's chronic in my life is my desire for stability. This what gets me on my natural high right now is building something that is stable, building things that and mechanisms that run without me. Just really anything that's gonna make sure that my kids good. That if something happened to me right now, that everything gonna still roll and that everything is set up, you know, for long term. Right now, that's it. The hustle, the grind. Right now is my chronic, for real.
That's chronic. I like that. I like that.
Yes.
The grind, that goes together. Chronic, grind, chronic. That all goes together. DaGreat, what's chronic in your life?
It's a lot of key factors that roll into it. Like it's like that's definitely a loaded question for me because I have so many irons in the fire right now, and I'm simultaneously multitasking most of them consistently and proficiently. But like I said, family, honor, integrity. I'm definitely trying to raise awareness to cut down on a lot of the foolishness that's going out there. And I mean, you can't really tell by my past music because, you know what I'm saying, I was a knucklehead too, you know, making all the wrong decisions and stuff like that. But the music that I have coming out now, I'm veering away from that. I am trying to shine a light on, you know what I'm saying, us being unified, us being entrepreneurs, us taking our own reins back, taking our own lane back. I feel like we've lost control on trying to impress with all the irrelevant bull crap that's out there, you know what I'm saying, that we lost focus on what we really supposed to be doing. So it's just way too many of us out here just having fun or just, you know what I'm saying, being reckless and letting loose, and we're not putting enough back into our families, our homes, our image, So
Yeah, that's real.
that's what's chronic for me right now. It's just trying to increase that urgency and that awareness so that we can get back on track, unify, and go handle the goal. You know what I'm saying? It's time to go get it.
All right. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Daddy Rich, what
Yo.
you got for us, man?
Man, what's chronic for me right now is influence and success. I've been blessed a couple weeks ago to get a permanent position down at the Board of Education.
Okay.
You know, everything I've always went after and touched, I achieved. I've been blessed to achieve. So, and I'm blessed to be accepted in all these different diverse circles that I'm a part of, from music to business, from my 9 to 5. You know, you know me, I was a banker for 16 years. 10 years of that was corporate manager. You know what I'm saying? So I done did everything from in-school suspension monitor, building sub. Now I'm in the technology department at SLPS. So I just been blessed, man, with success. You know, I guess they say that's favor. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's chronic in my life: success and influence. And I just hope to use that in the right way. You know, the influence of it. Cause man, something about when I speak, these kids listen. You know, and I don't want to take that too light. You know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest chronic thing: success and influence.
Yeah, and you don't want to take that lightly.
No.
First, I'm gonna commend everybody for being on a positive note, but you kind of touched on a negative note on yours. On the show, I like to tackle both sides. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the point of philosophy. It's problems. We have them. You know what I'm saying? And they come chronically. You know what I'm saying? So I get a little deep into some stuff later on, but right now, when I, you know what I'm saying, when something like right now in my life, when I ask that question to myself, the first thing come to my head is success. But the hard 1A, it's like 1A and 1B, is the bullshit.
Flip side.
It's chronic. Every fucking day, almost. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I would like to talk to, starting with Melanie. How do you deal with that on an everyday basis? You know, like whatever it is, you know, how do you take it in and then continue to be successful day after day, getting up, rising, handling your business, knowing that that's what you here for, and then you have this outside force on some other shit.
Whew. That question. Do we have enough time?
Yeah. We do.
No, for real. It's I had to get to a point of trusting myself. So I had to go through various trials and tribulations in my life in order for me to be able to look my own self in the mirror first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They say, what is it? Self-preservation is the first law of man.
Oof. Man, so, say that again.
Having the ability to know when to say no, to know when you have too much on your plate, to be able to tap into your own strengths and God-given abilities to delegate when you have to, because you got people around you. A lot of us feel like we don't have a team or we don't have this, but I promise you, somebody somewhere is looking at you, watching what you're doing, waiting for you to just say, hey, I need you to do this for me. I need you to, you know, activate your people. You got to activate your people. So, I resonated with a lot of what everybody said. I heard you on the unity tip. That's a big thing right now for me. Is that unity thing. Like, there's so much division. We come from one of the most divided cities in America. We got 97 municipalities, but we are from St. Louis. And even down to that, or, you know, we got Stand With Black Women campaigns that's being ran. And you know, black man this and all of that. But where are the stand with black family campaigns?
Right.
Where is the push for that real unity on what we had? You know what I'm saying? When we like when you look at communities like Black Wall Street District, they were successful at the time because they couldn't cross those railroad tracks and ask nobody for nothing. Right. They had to be their own community. They had to be able to look within their own tribe, their own village, and get whatever they needed to get done. Yeah. And we really have to get back to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was talking about that on my live earlier. Like, I go out. I don't really like to go out in St. Louis. I don't like the club scene. I always be looking around, nervous. But you shouldn't feel like that. I should be able to go out in my city and feel like, oh man, these my brothers, these my sisters, these my people. Like, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. We should be able to protect each other, but that mindset is not there, you know. So it's just tough. That's a big one. What you were saying about being into the educational space, that is a big stigma for me. I'm in the cannabis education space, but I come from corporate world. You know, I worked 5 years for Express Scripts, 5 years for Centene, everything from management to data to claims to whatever, you know, in the healthcare system. So coming now into this industry, it's a shift. It's how do people view you? What do they think of you now that this is your push? You know what I'm saying? And being able to really push and educate people and advocate for this is beyond just sitting up smoking weed all day for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do that. But in the meantime, it's a whole lot of other things going on. It's billions of dollars being made, y'all.
Right.
Billions. Ain't no white man holding us back in this one. It ain't that at all this time. The information is there. The opportunities are there. And we are just not tapping in. You know what I'm saying? We rather just roll up a pack of backwoods and be satisfied with being able to get weed from the dispensary. Right. And it's so much more. There's an industrial hemp industry. Hemp is the number 5 crop in the world. Hemp. You can take hemp and turn it into shoes. You can turn it into clothes, textile. They have homes in California and Colorado. You can take hemp and make it into a brick. And make the brick cost $3 to make versus the standard brick that's like 15 times that cost or something like that to make this house. Then they have hemp homes. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about that, we need people to grow it. We need people to data test it. We need people to sample it. We need people to recreate with it. It's so many other things. So what's chronic is everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is pressing. Everything is now, you know. And we have control, though, for real. And then that's why I'm going to circle back to what I said in the beginning. Learning self. You know what I'm saying? Learning your own value. Learning that you do have your intellectual property matters when you get to that table. My chronic situation right now is a struggle mindset. A struggle mindset that we have, that we supposed to be broke, or that we supposed to, even if we operate in a community or nonprofit work, that we shouldn't have no money. Right. Or if you get a whole lot of money, then there's got to be another downside to how you doing it. And it's not. You know what I'm saying? We learn business. We turn ourselves into a business. It's the opportunities are endless. Melanie Marie is my LLC. I'm the business. You know what I'm saying? And it's about teaching each other those things. But we got a ways to go, you know what I'm saying, to get unified, to educate each other, you know what I'm saying, tap into the young people. Just a lot of stigmas that I struggle with on the day-to-day are my chronic in this industry. So
okay. I like that. That's I gotta give you applause.
That's thorough.
Great. How do you deal with the negative side of being successful?
I mean, I deal with it kind of like I deal with everything else, even the positive side. Like my man's over here said, stay humble.
I like that,
That's all I can do really to help you, myself, or anybody else is to stay grounded, stay humble. I would never have enough. I don't care how much I get. So, you know, I'm just going to stay humble, make sure that I'm always putting my family first. And, you know, anybody who I'm close to, I'm definitely loyal to. And sometimes that loyalty comes at a fault. But, you know, I get up, I dust myself off, and I keep dealing with it. I keep going.
Yeah.
Because the bullshit is gonna be endless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like I never have enough money or whatever, and I'll never have enough bullshit. It's a buffet of it out there.
Man.
We touched on something she said earlier. Like I feel like we're distracted. So we are setting ourselves at limits, feeling like, oh well, I'm broke, I'm down, I'm out, I'm this, I'm that. And in my opinion, that's focusing on the negative.
Yeah.
You can't get that much energy from me. I'm sorry. I'm not about to give you no energy on no negativity. I've never seen negativity take anybody to the next level.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Little controversy helps sometimes. No.
Hey, controversy still sells.
That was some negative.
Nah.
But I know what you're saying though. Having the whole mindset of negativity.
Exactly.
Having a whole mindset of
You
that's
putting
all
out your own
yeah,
flame.
Yeah,
You know what
I'm
I'm
with you. Yeah. Go ahead, go
Can
ahead.
I get philosophical?
Go ahead. That's what this
This
is
the
what it's for.
Philosophy
It's the
Show.
philosophy.
So, okay. I hear a lot of us do this. It's like be humble and all of that, right? I'm really big on words. Very powerful. And sometimes I think that we go off of group thought and it becomes a habit of what we speak over ourselves. And I just want to challenge you to look up the word humble.
I know what you're
Read
talking
the
about.
definition of the word humble and see if that's something that you really want to be. When you stand in that room, you don't got to be humble about it. Don't be humble about nothing that you have.
Unapologetic.
Don't be unapologetic about you. Period.
Yeah.
You matter. You strong. You the black man. You all of that. You everything. But when you look up there, matter of fact, let's do it.
I
Let's
know
do
my
it.
I got
do it.
that lecture before,
Man.
but not by her. I know what she's talking about.
Humble. It's two definitions. One, having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance.
I got a problem with that.
Two, of low social, administrative, or political rank.
Oh no,
That's it.
I'm done.
It's
with
nothing
humble.
else there.
But,
So
yeah.
think about when you're going into the room. The only thing there was the modesty part, and even that is questionable because what is modesty and so who's judging it, right?
That's
But
gauged.
yeah. So when you look at what you're saying and how we are in a room, take up space. Take up space. Be that voice. Be big, and don't be ashamed about it. Because I don't want to ever play humble of low or social importance.
I know
Like
that's
nothing
right.
in no room, no
Speak,
matter where
sister.
I'm at. I don't want nobody ever saying that about me. So
Right.
when Nipsey Hussle say never let a hard time humble us, that's what he talking about. And ain't nothing, no contributing factor is gonna make me look at myself of low importance.
Right.
So.
But I'm gonna say it to this. 'Cause I believe I know what he talking about,
I get it.
and I would say let's be tactful, and it's
Okay.
pretty much what you said. Just being tactful with who you put your energy into, and be tactful. You know, not being humble, but being like, okay, if I be too like this guy might. If he the leader of the clique and you want to fuck with him, if you too rah, you might scare him away. You know what I'm saying?
But then is that your people? If me being confident or whatever gonna scare you off, like then you might not have ever been my people to begin with. But
I'm not confident. I'm talking when I say it, I'm not talking about the confidence support. I'm just talking
respect
about
though. It's about respect. Like me
Well, no,
thinking
not
I'm fine,
respect.
me thinking I'm the shit don't mean you not. Me thinking I'm
Well,
very
man,
intelligent, smart,
Me
wise, all of
personally,
this stuff
I'm not
doesn't
talking
mean
about
that.
the confidence.
You don't.
Right. But let me finish my thing, then you can get in.
Okay.
Because you just knocked me off what I was
My
saying.
bad.
So you do have to be tactful with how you come into certain situations.
Mm-hmm.
You can't come into the same situation doing the same thing every time. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't meaning like being, so if I'm at Daddy Rich's wedding, I'm not finna outdo Daddy Rich at his wedding. I'm just not thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my humbleness come in, but not. I don't think those other things in that definition.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I don't think those other things, especially if I'm talking about Daddy Rich, because I don't have to do that for him. But I do get when you say that though, and people go look that up, that's not a good thing. It's not good to say.
About yourself.
It's not good to say
Right.
about
That's
yourself.
the thing about it. So it's how we view ourselves, and that is what is portrayed. That is what people then see. So that's all I'm saying. Like, it starts there, not necessarily about the people that are around you. It's really that about how do you see yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the one, go home, look at yourself in the mirror every night. Whether you got somebody or you don't, like, you got to deal with you. So how do you view yourself? And I think I speak to that because my own struggles, my own, insecurities or whatever. Like, being a woman, they don't say. I never grew up saying a woman with a full nose and big lips being pretty or this and that and the other. So it's like those things become conditioned in how we think about ourselves, and then we repeat that, over and over and over. And so that's why I'm saying change how we view our own selves. Correct. And that is what we then begin to portray. And sometimes we don't hold each other accountable. We'll see someone doing something, saying something, being a certain way or whatever, and nobody will stop and say, hey, bro, that ain't it. Boo-boo. Or, hey, sis, like, you doing too much. Nobody will stop and check that, because sometimes they might not know. But we have to hold each other accountable and ourselves accountable. So that's what when I heard people talk about the word humble, I got checked. So that's why I now go on and I make sure that I tell other people, like, hey, maybe you should take a deeper look into the language that we speak over ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
I already knew.
It get cliche after a while. We hear it being tossed around in society so much that we don't go to the proper definitions of it. And like you say, that is a self-check moment. Like, we need to know what we actually speaking over ourselves.
Yes,
because words turns into actions. And then you are the meek and mild and humble. You know what I'm saying? But it's up for all the wrong reasons.
Right.
I've always went back and forth with, in my opinion, it's like putting myself on a pedestal, or just, like, I always stand out in the crowd anyway because I don't do what everybody else is doing. Mm-hmm. So, but it still just brings my mind frame like a couple notches down. I always just reality check myself before I, either engage or get involved with anything, just to make sure. I think a big part of the problem too is we are just kind of like following the structure that they gave us. We're not fact checking the fact checkers. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to figure it out for ourselves and make sure that we relearn things. So we got to forget a lot of what they taught us.
Yeah.
And so, you know what I'm saying? I just learned something today, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that will go forth with me.
Yeah.
But I challenge myself and not really anybody else. And I guess that's where my humble mind state would come from.
That's the, and you know I heard that. The tactful. I heard you say that too. It's the strategy, right? It's the tact.
You gotta
to
have
it when to do what. It's the time for everything. When to be that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm learning too.
Yeah.
We gotta take our time. Yeah. Nothing's rushed.
Yeah.
So we have to just be patient. And you know what I'm saying, just mindful of others, and you know what I'm saying, your mind frame is different from mine, but just because it's different, I mean, we can't get along.
Correct. And the thing with that humbleness, when I hear that word, this is what I think about. And then are you gonna be ready? Or you want to go to a break?
We can go to a break.
All right. When I hear that word, what I see success then failure. It's like that's a ladder, and it's two ladders. So whoever you see going up, you might see him coming down.
It's a definite. So
you know what I'm saying? Or both ways, however you want to put it. So you want to treat people accordingly. So,
repeat that question again, though.
What's that?
The one you just asked to them.
I don't even remember.
About how do they use the flip side of...
I stopped at you then. I ain't even asked y'all too. I'm glad you said that.
It's all good. You said co-host. I got your back,
thank
Tweezy.
You. Let me go here with the same floor. How you deal with the flip side of success, the negative part?
Being able to adjust.
Very important.
Because
adjusting is good.
Pivot.
You gotta adjust.
Yeah.
Adjusting, boy.
Being able to adjust. See, that's where humbleness comes in. Because I don't look at it as I look at everything negative because it's gonna be negative. It's either good or bad. I try not to look at that fine line between because that's where that hard decision come from.
Yeah, so you gotta make them motherfuckers though.
You know what I'm saying? That's where that hard decision come from.
Yeah.
But that hard decision only if you was in those shoes.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So I try to be humble to the world. I know I can't be humble because I'm very outspoken. I try not. Negativity is gonna come.
Yeah, we know
That's
that.
what we here for. You know what I'm saying? So dealing with it, try to adjust, solution, get through it, go the fuck about my business.
I'm with it.
You know?
I like how you said that. All right, Daddy Rich, on you, fam.
Man, since I've always been the underdog and all the successes that have come my way, I use it as fuel. It's the best fuel in the world. Now, sitting here into this hip hop, as long as I've been doing it, in my mind, I want to finish in that top 3 in this city, in this state, in this Midwest, or however we want to write it. When I'm done, I'm going to finish in them top 3.
Okay. You heard it right here, motherfucker.
They can't tell me otherwise.
I don't think they can, bro.
They've been silent on them versus battles.
Hey, we got one coming up, too. We got one coming up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I thought it was Cass.
No, not that one.
Oh.
That wasn't even, that was, we'll talk about that offline. All right, hey, we about to go to a break, man. Y'all listening to the Philosophy Show, man. Stay tuned. Hey, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
I fuck with y'all.
Yoga
Hey,
flame.
you speaking that shit, queen, right now.
I made it out the struggle cause I'm real. I did it by myself, so don't ask me how I feel. I started from the bottom, now I got a couple mil. The shit I do it easy, give another nigga chills. Ha, I made it out the struggle cause I'm real. I did it by myself, so don't ask me how I feel. I started from the bottom, now I got a couple mil. The shit I do it easy, give another nigga chills. Ha, I'm in the league, won't waste time. Fully loaded, won't stop fine. I made a plan and I stuck to it. Only God gon' stop mine. You hate it once, you hate it twice, ain't work, bitch, look, stop trying. Go live your life or go make a life, I promise you, I got mine. Got a call, said my cousin died when I asked why, they said COVID. Talked to him about a week ago, he was gone such short notice. I prayed for him and I asked love, is the fire, please be the coldest. When you hear the call and don't come to it by law, y'all be the boldest. That's another talk for another day, too deep to stay on that subject. Cause what you wanna hear is how I drive a Porsche, keep a 40 on me in public. I've been making plays since Nextel, Q45 white SL. I took some losses, did a hard dime, now I need love like LL. I made it out the struggle cause I'm real. I did it by myself, so don't ask me how I feel. I started from the bottom, now I got a couple mil. The shit I do it easy, give another nigga chills. Ha, I made it out the struggle cause I'm real. I did it by myself, so don't ask me how I feel. I started from the bottom, now I got a couple mil. The shit I do it easy, give another nigga chills. I took trips to them whole things, did time for that cocaine. Land of Oz, Yellow Brick Road, Scarecrow. No brains, I'm back out, I'm at the paper, I swear to God, we getting it. The cars I drive be paid for, these other boys be written it. My flesh game so hard, now I just pull up and I spend it. Shopping sprees at Phipps, now cash advance no limit. She used to say she ain't have time, now she wait till I'm finished. Pounded out, no love shown, then it's back to the business. Wanna find me, I'm in the trenches. Big Drake, 2 switches. Hella fiends, my dope out for the op team, no business. All I know is run it up, everything else be senseless. If you over 40 and you still broke, go find a hole, you finished. I made it out the struggle cause I'm real. I did it by myself, so don't ask me how I feel. I started from the bottom, now I got a couple mil. The shit I do it easy, give another nigga chills. Ha, I made it out the struggle cause I'm real. I did it by myself, so don't ask me how I feel. I started from the bottom, now I got a couple mil. The shit I do it easy, give another nigga chills. Ha.
big booty girls, small booty girls, extra big booty girls, all the kind of big booty girls, get your ass on the dance floor and twerk to the beat. Let's go.
Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Let all them girls know you're the baddest in the streets. Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Let all them girls know you're the baddest in the streets. Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Let all them girls know you're the baddest in the streets.
Wowzers. Twerk it cause you a bad bitch. Twerk it for the ones that never snitch. Twerk it for that old jealous bitch. Twerk it for the ones that never like you for shit. Twerk it on Facebook, twerk it on OnlyFans, twerk it on Snapchat, twerk it on Instagram. And when you twerk it on TikTok, make sure that you're twerking it to this jam. Twerk it cause your kids grown, graduated and no longer living up in your home. So when your girl's gone, you can go along and go to the club and twerk it to the song. Twerk it cause you're on your own shit, yeah. Twerk it cause you that bitch, yeah. Twerk it because you a savage. Twerk it for the ones that say you never have shit.
Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Let all them girls know you're the baddest in the streets. Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Let all them girls know you're the baddest in the streets.
Twerk your booty with your best friend. Twerk your booty with your next of kin. Twerk your booty with your work friends. Twerk your booty if you're looking for a new man. Twerk it on a handstand. Twerk it if you got a new man. Every time you twerk it, I'm like, damn, girl, roll with me. You can twerk it on the ocean. And twerk it in slow motion. It'll be a lot of blunt rolling. It'll be a lot of big drinking. On that yacht, we'll both be coasting. Twerk it on your birthday. Twerk it because you survived another day. Twerk it because it's your payday. Twerk it from the boys looking Debbie over the Thursday.
Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Let all them girls know you're the baddest in the streets. Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Twerk your booty to the beat. Let all them girls know you're the baddest in the streets.
Titty twerk, titty twerk, titty twerk, titty twerk.
Did you say titty twerk?
It's different.
Well, I can't wait to get home.
I gotta try that.
Titty twerk. I saw somebody do it. Ain't that motherfucker? What's a cliche?
Oh, you make the pectoral move. Titty twerk.
Titty twerk.
Titty twerk.
All right, all
What a
right.
great day.
This on this the segment I'm gonna let Saint Floyd do it.
Hello world. Hello world. Y'all know who it is. That Thuster. That man. Saint Floyd here. You know, I want to talk to y'all, but I'm finna hit y'all with one of those. I just gotta say this one and go on here, come and ride, cause that's the way I feel. But I'm a little mash it up today. So. Come on. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
Come on. Let's ride and hold on. It's gonna be a long ride, so hold on. I'm average, but I ain't average, Joe. I had a thought. Do I roll and live po? My ideas be money. I know some think it's funny, but days ain't sunny when your money's so funny. So I live day to day, get money the ways I can. When it's time to hold it down, I stand up and be a man. I'm so alone. Waited so long for my own. Now that I'm grown, my heart won't stop till I'm on. All this BS, fakes and phonies. So it's hard to progress when the devil stay on me. I'm from the show. So all my life I had to show 'em. Now I know it. All the time we wasted on blowing. I lose focus. Cause love can make you really feel hopeless. I'm still hoping. Better days are soon approaching. The streets of coach. Surrounded by a lot of team players. We had our first black president. Down to the mayor. And Saints say keep your head up. Even when stress won't let her.
Ladies still having babies by niggas that don't want better. Or it's easy to get in trouble, hard to get out. My people, they show survival, others still doubt that anything can happen. Even the supernatural, the impossible, so possible. Look at Katrina action. Come follow me through these hoods. You see why we call them good? Come follow me through these streets. You see why we call them hoods? Most people have to work too hard. Most niggas don't know no good. I listened to Tupac while I blazed the weed. He got me feeling like Thug is this nigga to be. All of a sudden, Thug life don't seem so bad. I give no thanks to my dad because my mama was dead. Blessed with a stepfather. Father figure till I got bigger and now I'm bigger. I feel I'm real like any nigga will pull a trigger to give figures as long as jigger. You see me, nigga? Be easy like T.I.'s, no lie. Life you gave me so crazy, my ladies, but still lie. Finished last cause mama had a nice guy. Bad guys don't finish first in my 2 eyes. Between my love and my hate, it lies a thin line. You hoes can pull cords, but can't pull mine. More cops and more fists to tap phone line. But in due time, we die trying. So come on, hold on, and let's ride.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be a long time, so hold on. Sing.
Same. Definitely.
That boy crazy. Go right with what we was talking about, man. All right, man. So we gonna go right into the next topic. Before we get up into that topic, man, I'm trying to think what. This gonna be a real good one too, because I call this what we experience in real life. I'm gonna start off with Comp the Great because we got some business to take care of. I'm gonna ask you this question so you can get it popping around the table. What we experience in real life. Baby daddies versus baby mamas. So before I ask you the question, because I'm gonna tell you an experience that I've experienced. Okay, this a personal experience. I ain't gonna say no names. It might slip out though, cause you know this is therapy. You know what I'm saying? You in a relationship, and you know the person, and it's not a recent. I want to say this now, cause I know people be watching them live and shit. This is not a recent thing, so don't take it as that. All right, this past shit.
Keep him out the blogs, y'all.
You you get in a relationship, you know, and maybe you not sold, like you not. You know what I'm saying? You're not sold, so you know you tell them, and then when you tell them, they
said you're not sold
on the relationship. You know, it's like the beginning of the relationship. And
but you said you got in it.
Huh?
You got in the relationship.
No, I'm
not you per se, but the person got into the relationship,
talking about me.
knowing that they weren't sold on the idea of the relationship.
No, it's actually you working on the relationship.
Okay.
It's the beginning part.
Gotcha.
So you with the person and you starting to, you know, you giving them a chance. Because, I mean, if you dating, you give them a chance. So you not all the way sold on taking it to the next level. So you tell them. You be upfront. Like, shit, if you like the person, you go and you want to continue being with them, you won't talk to them. You tell them. So when you tell them, they convince you. They telling you, I tell them, they convince me by what I'm telling them. Okay, I'm not thinking this at the time. I'm just thinking, okay, well, they understand what I'm saying, and all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So we get in a relationship, and at the end of that relationship, they really just said what the hell you wanted them to say, instead of just doing what you explained to them that you wanted them to do, or whatever it is. So all right, so you go into that 5, 6 years later, you got kids. Now, the things that you told them that you wanted, they not giving it to you. And that's the battle. Why you want to be with a person or have kids with somebody if you don't want to give them what they asking you? Men and women. Is the pussy, is the sex, is you that lonely to go with a person to where, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being, that's real life. Like, that's a lot of, to me, that's a lot of relationships. If you can't be what the person wants you, if you can't be fake, like, I'll give you an example. You get in a relationship, hey, what you want from me? Just be faithful. You just want me to be faithful? Okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay, that's easy. You know what I'm saying? But you still mad in a relationship. Now you add in other stuff to the relationship. You should know what you want up front. If somebody tell me just be faithful, that I'm not gonna fuck with you because that's all you. You shouldn't have to ask for that.
I feel.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So going to Comp the Great, and I know I'm kind of vague on it because I know people listening to what I'm saying, but at the same time, when I go back and look, I can be honest. I got 4 baby mamas. I got 7 kids. And I wanted all my kids. And I might wasn't in love with 2 of them. Because my first baby mama, I was young. She was on my ass. She got me. I was hella young. You know what I'm saying? So she got me. The second one, I wanted to make up for what I didn't do with my first one. So I was in love with her. When I found out we wasn't on the same thing, broke up, had a rebound. I didn't know it was a rebound, but it was. After you sit back and then you evaluate shit, you'll know. You should know. You evaluate yourself. That was a rebound. But, then the third one, well, I'm losing. The fourth one, I was in love with them, my twins, mama. You know what I'm saying? And I was married. That's who I was talking about. But that was marriage, to be honest with you. It only lasted 7 months. Soup me up. And the soup up was, we was talking about paperwork. Because let's say me and you dated. And once I feel like we get past the mental situation, to me, I'm going to act like we married, even if we're not married. Because I'm going to give you what everything I want to give you. You know what I'm saying? Because the paperwork don't mean shit to me. It's what we doing before the paperwork. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I work. But she suited me up with the paperwork and so okay, well, I don't really give a fuck. I'm going to be the same, period. Go through it, come to find out, it was boo-boo. It was just boo-boo. I don't want to go into, but the thing is, when you put your love energy into individuals and you a type of person that's, I don't know, you upfront, transparent, because I think that's the best way to be.
Oh, yeah.
So you get mad at me, oh, well, I told you. You can deal with it or not. That's just period. That's with anybody. That's the stuff you saying, don't be humble. You can't be humble in a relationship if you want that person to, because it's going to be the good and the bad. Y'all going to be close as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Anything could happen. My motherfucking leg could get cut off. Is she going to still be there?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's real. And it's the same thing for me when I think, what if she get cancer and can't have sex? I think like that. You know what I'm saying? Are you still going to be there? There got to be some deep fucking thoughts in your mind.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just reality.
That's reality, yeah.
So, all right, I'm done with that. Comp the Great, man. What you think about those type of things within relationships?
I mean, off tops, if I tell somebody, or if anybody tells somebody that, I want to kind of slow this down, or let's take this from a different angle or whatever, I think that they should listen to those things. Because if you're forcing somebody into a situation they don't want to be in, I mean, you kind of weak for being forced, and you kind of an asshole for doing the forcing. It's just like, are you trying to talk me into jumping off a cliff right now? So, I've been married twice.
Okay. All right.
First time I was asked, second time I asked. But the long or the short is like trying to keep those boundaries in those relationships. I got married quick. I was 18. So, you know what I'm saying? I met the girl when I was 17.
Yeah, that
gave me verified though. So
okay, all right.
I appreciated that situation.
So
man. That's me trying to take the positive things, but I mean it was a very negative situation. So you have to just watch out. You have to look for those traits. You have to take your time and get to know these people. How do you spend money? How do you spend your free time? What are you working towards? What are your goals? How many kids do you want? Like, you have to evaluate every aspect of this person's life as if it's your own, because if you become one with them, I mean, they can really,
fuck you around.
Yeah, they can fuck your shit up bad. So, you have to definitely make sure you're making these evaluations and the observations and taking your time. It's so important to take your time on something that's going to be such a big chunk of your life. Having the sex and partying and all the fun, that's not going to be all the time. So I mean, you're gonna have to know how this person conducts themselves, how they handle themselves. If you're in a bad situation, you like to fight all the time. You know what I'm saying? Are you real dramatic? Can you cook? Do you keep a clean house? How many roaches you seen today? Like, you gotta be careful.
Right.
And so, like, that's where my mindset is now.
Right.
But I mean, I was not always this mature, so I did rush into some things and wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
So, just be careful.
Yeah, I'm with it, man. I'm good, man. After all that, what they say, a hard ass make a soft
hard head make a soft ass.
All right, but what you got to, man, let them know where they can find you at. Let them know what you got coming up next, man, because I know you got some business to take care of.
I got the business taking care of itself right now.
Okay,
I'm good. So, but I mean, I'm Comp the Great. I'm Comp the Great on all major platforms. It's, you know what I'm saying, DaGreat.
Yeah.
But you can find it if you just spelled it right too. I mean, I'm everywhere. Google me. I'm like 14 pages strong. Just music and, you know, the merchandise, and I run a studio, and you know, producers and.
So you staying?
Yeah, I'm staying. I'm
okay,
good.
all right. Well, forget you ain't gotta say all that then. I know Melly over there itching. Come on, what you got? Melly over there itching over there. Goddamn.
Well, I don't like the words baby mama and baby daddy.
Of course, I know you don't. That's why I said it.
I was married before too. I was married, my ex-husband, when I was 19. I was married until I was 30. I'm 36 now.
Okay.
Very old on the inside. So I just look at stuff different. I don't know.
Well, you a woman.
Like,
speak that woman. We gonna speak it.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't like the phrase, first of all. But aside from that, it's all of the negative connotations that come with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that it's got to be drama, or even when dating and stuff. Like, when people have multiple baby mamas, you like, oh my God, is he fucking them? Is it over with? It's like so many relationships to maintain. And I just feel like it's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot. So I more so would like to talk about what do you do from there, right? So now, okay, we have children together. You went your way. My ex-husband is now, he has a 9-month-old daughter. When I decided I was done with him, I didn't go back. I never went back. I never went and played, oh yeah, today I like you, this week. I never did none of that. When I was done, I was done. I walk away, that's it. That's my superpower. So when you do that, then you set the tone for your other relationships that will come from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it's a lot of insecurities that breed from relationships when you're dating people with multiple kids, multiple baby mamas, multiple baby daddies, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do with the state of the black family from here?
True.
Right? 'Cause I done seen the baby mama, I done seen the fights, I done seen the this, I done seen the going back 9 times, I done seen going back, leaving them, having a baby with somebody else, then going back. And it's like, at what point do we check ourselves and say, is this what we want to recreate for the generations to come? How strong can we be so divided? Again, how strong can we be? You here, you in 4 homes, you in 5 homes, you in this house. So what do we do from here? And I feel like a lot of that is about relationships, not romantic relationships, not that. It's about the fact that this person is going to be in your life. And it's not, up until my kid 18. No, because your kid is going to have kids, going to have grandkids, you're going to have a wedding to go to with this motherfucker, you're going to have all this other type of stuff. It doesn't end there. So how do you heal those relationships that did not work and you now have children? That's my thing. Yeah. Fuck the baby mama, fuck the baby daddy, fuck all of the drama, all of this shit. What about these kids? They see everything. You know what I'm saying? I lived in a household where my mama and daddy stayed together for the kids. And I was the kid in the other room like, I wish these motherfuckers would leave each other alone. I remember being 12 years old being like, I don't like them together. Yeah. I love my daddy, I love my mama. But together, it was toxic for my house. Yeah. And when they split, it was like the best thing. I was 16 years old. It was like the best thing for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's like really, like you said earlier, changing how we've traditionally viewed things and reevaluating what the fuck do we do from here? How do you mend that? How do you mend those relationships? How do you create dynamics where all of the kids can grow up together? Where I can call baby mama 1 and baby mama 3 and 2 and say, hey, y'all, I'm throwing, black people love to throw something on the grill. I'm throwing something on the grill. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody come over. Like, what do we do? And I don't know. I'm usually never lost for words, but that's where I feel
I do know. It's kind of, what she's saying right there is exactly why I was crying at your mama wedding, bro, because I was just hearing the songs, the poetry, and just what they were saying about how your mother was just not your mama. It was everybody mama.
Everybody mama.
And that's how you do that. That's how you do it because
that nurturing, we've lost that.
Was that one of y'all said this? No, that was you. You said it. You don't have no kids, but you fill in, like you can fill in where I don't fill in, or fill in where she don't fill in. We need them type of people around.
But you know what? Even if he wasn't raised that way, that's what he's seen. That's what they said about his mom.
Yep.
What are we seeing? What are we exposing our kids to, right? You saw that. So that's how much of a stand-up guy you turned out to be because what you were exposed to. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it is the dynamic between man and woman is super important, and all of that. Daddies and his daughters, moms and their sons, like that. That's why I always go back to the division, because really we need each other. Women have lost our nurturing way. We become hard. You know what I'm saying? We become super guarded and all of that stuff. And men have lost their, sometimes, will to protect, right? Sometimes we as women can make it hard to protect us, right? So there's a whole nother level of things, but we've lost our protection. We don't feel secure, you know what I'm saying, in things. And so it's deeper for me than just, I got several baby mamas. Like, all of those things can be mended, but how?
Yeah. Well, you want to say something? Go ahead.
I agree with a lot you was saying, and my name's Saint. Saint. And have you seen that movie, A Woman King?
Not yet. No.
Go check it out.
I'm supposed to go see that today.
Go check. It's well worth it. And that's some science shit. Man, this conversation go real deep when it comes to a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna keep it real simple, short. Life a battle, and the
power of choice is always everything. It's always everything. The power of choice. So, as Phil is outside looking in, you know, women, and I say outside looking in. I take myself just out of the equation if I didn't have the woman or child. You know, as if I wasn't a father. None of that. On the outside looking in, because it's always the bird's eye view. And relationships, and that what we seeking, that village, because that's bottom line village. Like someone that would speak, or there used to be times and days where you couldn't do shit as a child. You couldn't go around the block. You couldn't do this. Somebody knew who the fuck you was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just used to be, those times are not no more. Those times we look for on what we doing now. Social platform and this and that. So for us, that humbleness, we had that humbleness because we got a platform now. Just to be humble with. On platform, nobody has to speak of nothing. It's gone wild, wild west. And the black women is very important.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So fucking important. To the point when it comes to this shit, we have to let go ego.
You say let the ego go?
Let go ego.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
So it's riding ego, man.
That's it. That's the big one.
Yeah.
It comes from a spiritual place.
Yeah, you.
Well, yeah, I like that.
And ego. And I heard what you say, having baby mamas and baby daddies. And these days, I always had a term in, as I've been raising my son for, I let him see certain shit, but it comes down to drawing, I believe kids only know what they see. So if they're being raised just to have a baby daddy, or just to have a baby mama,
that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. And I fell victim to that. I didn't know not a goddamn thing about none of that shit. So, but I'm finna give you this deep ass situation. It's a real situation too, bro. All right. So, and this don't have nothing. I'm gonna talk about homosexuality. If y'all want to talk about it, you can. But this is not what it's about. But it contains that. All right. So, it's a father whose son, he just found out his son was gay. So son I think he about 16. So, you know, this dude is he told him he wasn't with that. You know, as a father, he wasn't with it. So he told him that he's like, man, don't, you know, he's 19. He's 19 now. So when he told him, he was like, don't bring it in my house. You know what I'm saying? That's what he told him because he was staying there. And he was like, you know, he can't, I guess he was trying to hide it or whatever. You know, so he confronted him. The father confronted him and basically told him if he gonna do that, he gonna have to move out. You know, he's 19. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole family, they ain't for it. I'm just gonna say it like that. And I grew up with them. I already they not with it. You know what I'm saying? So the mother of the son was just so, and this is, you know, coming from one horse's mouth, you know what I'm saying, was just so happy about it. Was just so happy the son was gay and that the daddy was mad, and you know what I'm saying, just was so happy about that. And that's kind of where I got the baby, you know, because he married he married not to her, you know what I'm saying, and he got kids with and all that, but it's just like I'm listening to the story, I'm like, man, why, you know, I believe what he was saying that she was mad, because I've been in situations where when I was out bad, and I was with the woman, and they was straight happy. Like when you happy, they mad, and when you mad, they happy. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's stick to that. But that's a straight, like, what you think about that, bro? Like, I wouldn't even know what to do. Like I thought about if my kids, you know, I'ma love them, I'ma do what I need to do, but it's kind of, you know, you have to, depending on, that's going to be a change. That's going to be a change. You know, that's going to be something to deal with.
Man, you know what though, Tweezy, man? Here's where we fall a little short as humans. The reality of the expectations we have on people. I can't expect the expectations that I can live up to be the same for you.
Yeah.
One, we have to get to a point where we can accept people for who they are, whether they the murderer, the prostitute, the drug dealer, the preacher, or the deacon. We have to get to a point where we can respect people for who they are and love them right where they are. Man, you know me. I'm straight Christian, you know, and we have to take the same approach as Christ, man. We have to love people unconditionally first, but we got to love them where they at.
Yeah.
And give it to them freely as he give to us, you know, and I believe that's a start. That's a foundation for where we at. You know, like people's sexual orientations or whatever they like or dislike, you know, we can't change that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can't live their life. You know, we can't make their decisions for them. You know, it goes back to when we was a kid, and, you know, I have 3 sisters, 2 brothers, and, you know, all of us didn't come through unscathed. Some of us had the rough road. Some of us had the road less traveled. You know, those type of things, man. But we got to love people for where they at. And I mean right where they at.
What you mean?
You know
by
what I'm
that?
saying?
Love them right where they at.
If they going through something, we all go through things. If they made bad choices, we all made bad choices. Ain't none of us perfect. But we got to love each other right where we at, whether it's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? Even your child. You're going to have, if you got 3 kids, 2 of them good grades, 1 with bad grades, that don't mean you love the one with bad grades no less than the ones with good grades. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't see us doing that. But, man, we got to start loving people where they at and accepting them for who they are. You know, because change is positive, but it ain't always promised. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to love people where they at, man. You know,
So
because...
you telling me that Mike should keep his son there, even if he not comfortable with his dressing like a girl.
Now, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I'm just
He
asking.
still need to stand on his house rules. Like, hey, this is what we stand for over here. We ain't, that's not over here. You know, if you do,
not over here.
this is what I'm saying. If you do go get you another place, I still love you, but under this roof, it's a certain level of,
however he explained it.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but
because you can't, you know.
the house rules is the house rules.
Yeah.
You know, if you are outside of the house rules, you have to go get your own shelter and living situation. So you can change the rules at yours, but you can't change it at nobody else's. You know, it's just rules to it. But as far as love, you can love him whether he's in the same house with you or if he's on his own.
Right.
Don't change the love part. You know, and we still have to be firm, you know what I'm saying, and govern ourselves by rules, you know what I'm saying? But this is the rules in this house. Like you said, you can puff in here, but cigarettes and all that, you take it back. We got to respect that because this is your house and you set the rules, you know, but that don't mean you love us all different. You love us all the same, you know what I'm saying? But we got to start building foundations of love, man, you know, and I think his son in this case will understand it if it's delivered the right way, out of love, you know what I'm saying, and not always so abrasive sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
I get on that, but I want to go with Melanie because I think I think you'll have a good answer to it. So with what you saying right there, we can go a little deeper to it on your question. So from what I got from the situation, of course he was tripping. Of course he was tripping off that he was gay. That's number one.
Oh yeah.
And then number two, from what he was telling me, he was more. He got. I can't say it's a stigma. He was worried about his safety. Cause when we grew up, bro, everybody that was on that level, a lot of them not here, or they got AIDS or whatever. That's what Mike mind. That's what his mind was at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at it that way, and I'm like, and then he was more talking about how the BM is making it seem like, she playing the son mental. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like doing all that type of stuff. So, and I know him. Like I know these are my peoples, man. So I done seen the son. Never had that thought, none of that. So when he found out, now he's the son more like, well, you changing. And it's like, nah, if you think about it, son, I didn't know this. You changing. So it's a difference. And you know where that's coming from if you in them situations. Because if you
understood.
And I'm gonna get off this, and this was the question I had for you. Because I want to know this. Because I only witnessed this maybe one or two times, and because you talking about the mending afterwards, after the relationship over, you have the kids. All right, so once we establish where the child's gonna stay at, because we don't gotta go to court to do that. You know what I'm saying? Once we establish that, if they want to stay with the mother the whole time or the father the whole time, or on the weekends, whatever. Whoever they're primarily staying with, I believe should always have those kids call their other parent. It should come out your mouth some fucking time, a day, a week, whatever, especially if they little or something like that. You talk to your daddy, you talk to your mama, what you doing, da-da-da-da. If they don't do that, I don't think that's right. So, what you think about that?
Are you saying that the other parent should? Hold on, I'm confused. So it's two parts because I was hearing earlier about the situation between the BM and the BD is a little deeper because the mom is playing on the fact that the kid is gay.
Yes.
And it's using her support of that to kind of gain brownie points for being like, oh, I support you, I love you more, all of that type of thing.
Yes.
And the dad is feeling that because he's not feeling the fact of that his son is gay or whatever. And that is one problem.
Yes, yeah.
The other problems are their own individual viewpoints of being gay.
Being gay, correct.
What the dad looks at, the stigmas that come with that, all of this type of stuff, his own personal feelings about that, on top of now it being his son.
Correct.
Correct. And so now you ask about what should be done. Okay, after the split.
Do that part, because that's
okay.
Stick to that one. What you think about that?
I think it's counterproductive on many levels. I think it's very immature of her. I think it's a miscarriage of justice in the sense of not even caring for how this affects your child.
Yeah.
Like, I support you, I love you, but we should be looking more into, hey, how can we make sure we reach in and save that relationship with your dad?
Yes.
That should be important to you as a mom for your child. Regardless of the fact if I like you or if I want to be with you or not, I want what's best for my child. Yes. I want my child to have a father.
And
I want my child to have a
father.
good relationship with their father. You know what I'm saying? So how can I nurture this?
Yeah. How can you bring? How can
to make sure that
bring
that happens? But I mean, is something wrong with her?
Yeah.
So obviously, you know what I'm saying? It's way deeper than just this should be happening this way. No, it's a whole lot of other things that you have to evaluate. Yeah. I know being homosexual was not the topic there, but
right.
That's to be evaluated because that's going to affect how both parents process this situation. You know what I'm saying? And as the father, he has to understand, like what you were saying, you cannot control what your son is attracted to. True. You can barely control what you're attracted to. We really don't control that. That is science. When I walk by a gentleman or whatever, and my brain says, oh, he's cute. I can't say, oh my God, he's not cute. It's an auto response.
Right.
So if someone is really gay and not like the trendy kind that you see in the media, it's you really gay. You know what I'm saying? Like your whole life. I have family members that since we was young playing church and playing house and you wanted to be the mama and you was the boy, you've been gay for all your life. You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot tell me that people can't be made that way when it's an auto response. So further education on that, further evaluating relationships. Yeah. Again, because who I have sex with as your child really should not matter. True. But because it does, how do you cultivate a better relationship? How do you fix it? How do you mend it? And that should be done on both ends. She wrong as hell. And he is too. Yeah. Unfortunately, even though you're a good dad, you know what I'm saying, that type of judgment will create a lack of vulnerability that is already present in men. Men already struggle with being able to express themselves, being able to be their true and authentic self. And so then when you strip them of that by way of, damn, my daddy don't even fuck with me because I knew this would happen. Yeah. When you know what I'm saying, they coming out the closet is like a big thing for them. You never know who you gonna lose when you do that. And so it's like, really, are you really looking at the other person? Are you really considering more than yourself? Yeah. That's the coat he gotta wear. That's the coat your son have to wear. You being the father of a gay son, who gives a damn?
Some motherfuckers do.
You know what I'm saying? In the sense of like the bigger weight. The bigger weight is on him, on the child.
It is.
On something that he gotta struggle with as a black man or white, whatever. As a man, that now this is his reality. I'm out the closet. This is the lifestyle that I'm gonna live. All the things that come with that. His weight is bigger. So, I mean,
that's hard.
It's deep. I think everybody should get therapy.
Yeah.
I really believe in therapy. I really believe in processing it so that you can begin to get your own coping mechanisms. Because the trauma and the triggers don't go away.
No.
Everybody not gonna tiptoe and tap dance around them. No. So how do you get some coping mechanisms to deal with what you want your family to be? I'm big on creating the life you desire. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like this, do something different. You can't make the same mistake over and over and over and over and then think, oh, I'm going to wake up tomorrow a happily married man of 30 years and my family is great and we are the Cosbys.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't work like that. We got to make some changes in our day-to-day and how we looking at family, how we looking at evaluating lifestyles and all of that and what's conducive. But she wrong. The bigger piece, because that's the part that you can't see right away. Yeah. That's the manipulation that the son will see later. Yeah. That it's not really right now type of thing, and so it's probably very frustrating for the dad because the son can't see that that's what's happening. But it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's bad.
He said that too.
And if I got the kids this weekend and they don't call you, that means they don't want to talk to you, and you should be calling them about your other question.
Fuck that. Make them. I make my kids call because they kids. I'm gonna tell you like this, because I think it is different for women and men when it comes to kids. The kids gonna call their mama. They gonna call their mama. That's just what they're gonna do. Once the daddy whoop ass or do be a father, them kids not. They don't. If you don't. They don't call like that. Now that's my experience, and I have 7 kids, and they don't call. Do y'all call me? Huh? I didn't ask you all. I just asked you. Do y'all call? But that's what I'm saying. I think. I guess, man, I think I don't know what I did in my past life,
Slanging that iron.
But I done ran into. It's like the destruction of the family. You know what I'm saying? The government. You know what I'm saying? The first time when I had my first child, my experience with that first child was with the grandma wanting to hit me up for child support.
Wow.
That's what I didn't get. Oh, baby, I didn't get no comfort. You part of the family and none of that. Like, all right, I get it. I get it. Your granddaughter or mama she came on my house. You know what I'm saying? She got dropped off by some other motherfucker that I ain't even, she was over here. So why you treating me like I'm the motherfucker? She was at my house with my auntie. My auntie didn't even like her ass. When she leaving? I had to call y'all. You know what I'm saying? So when she wind up pregnant, you should show me some.
She ain't wind up pregnant.
She did because she told me she was already pregnant. I was tricked, bamboozled for the oldest trick in the book. You know what I'm saying? But my thing, I was 16, man.
She was already pregnant, so I'm gonna fuck her.
Damn right. I know we men.
We talking about a 16-year-old
look,
man.
that's what I'm saying. I work with this older lady who look at me like I'm so slow when I say so. I'm like, it's just a man thought. Yeah, I do, but anyway, we ain't finna go there.
We do stuff, baby.
But my point is, she tricked the shit out of me. I'm 6. I'm damn right I want to bust one in here. Fuck what you talking about. That's what happened.
16.
She wound up pregnant. Of course, I got her pregnant. I told the grandma what I was told. Just being up front. I'm thinking being up front, I thought telling the truth was just like what you supposed to do, but I'm starting to see to some people it ain't.
Some people want to be lied to.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand that. But it wasn't no village. That woman made me feel like I was just wasn't gonna be a good father, period. Like she treated me like I just wasn't gonna be there. Like, no, I'm 16, but lady.
You know what?
I don't know shit. You supposed to bring me in.
You know, people could only comment off their experiences. So she just giving you insight to what her experiences been with those guys who were what she was trying to put the tag on you for. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think, if she grandma, she done been around a while.
Actually, it was her mama. I'm tripping. It was her mama.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Her encounters with men probably wasn't.
But then that trickles down to me. Maybe, what if I'm not that type of dude? What if I wanted to be a good father, but you just made me feel like shit. Like I ain't wanted at this motherfucker. Like that, I don't think that's the point of the government that's fucking up shit too. Because I know dudes who, just because they own bullshit child support, they don't want to work. Like, man, that ain't gonna make me stop working. It's gonna make me work even harder. And it's gonna make me fight for my kids. You know what I'm saying? If it's on just that level of it. You know what I'm saying? Even with my one son, his mama right now is somewhere where, whatever the case may be, and I'm starting to see that. That's why I said that. And this for my situation. Other people's situation, it is what it is. But my oldest son don't want to come over to the crib because he's so comfortable over there playing the game and doing whatever the fuck he want to do. All he want to call me for is to get his hair cut and get some shoes. And I'm like, bro, you need to be coming over here spending time with your daddy, because I'm not just that's not just what I do, but that's what they've been teaching him I'm for. While he over there being comforted, and I'm like, bro, 18, 19, you gonna need to be hollering at me. You're 14 now. I'm telling you to let me come on over and get you, and you ride just like they with me, you'll be doing the same thing, learning how to do what I do, see, you know what I'm saying? But
it's about structure. It's about the structure that gets set when the parents split. And I think that's what make my situation, I mean, similar to a lot, I mean, my friends who have split or been through divorce, we share the same type of story, but we have structure, you know what I'm saying? I've heard you a few times say about we don't need the courts or the paperwork don't matter or whatever that, but a lot of the times that's your legal protection. That's your protection. Just like when you having sex and you put that condom on, that's your protection from a lot of the
But
other
you
things
need
that could
money.
go,
You
that
need
could go
money for that
a whole
protection.
nother way. No, you don't really. Like, I filed for divorce. I paid $140. I did a poor man's divorce. I put, we sat down and we came to an agreement upon
That's your
that.
situation.
Exactly. That's why I say my situation is different.
Right.
But
A lot of people's
it's
situations not
all,
like that.
I handled it
Intel
different as
is
well.
different.
I didn't build a life with somebody for 10 years, and then when I decided, oh, this not gonna work, then you got to get out, get your stuff, everything in trash bags. Everybody got to go. It's about the approach.
Right.
So yeah, I can say my situation is different, but it was handled different. So it's more so in a manner of what can be mimicked or done to get a better outcome. Is a lot of it's in your approach.
So how can you get a better outcome from a 16-year-old boy had a baby got your daughter pregnant, and when that boy come to you, how are you gonna what would be the best way to treat a 16-year-old boy who got your daughter pregnant?
Well, the best way to treat you, it obviously wasn't what you experienced, you know what I'm saying? But I'm speaking a little more deeper into where the power really lies.
It start right there to me. When I got your daughter pregnant,
it does. It starts
there.
It starts there when I got you pregnant. But now that I have you're pregnant and the baby is here. Then what? And the power is a little bit beyond the mother.
I don't have because I'm
you
going
ain't even
on.
let me finish
Wait
to see,
a minute,
so I can tell you where your power is.
No, the 16-year-old don't got no money.
But he has a child, so by the
Well,
law,
not a child.
by
Don't
law,
have no money. He don't have nobody who
don't
gonna
need
take
money.
him to trial to get his child. He ain't even thinking on that level. The person who is the primary guardian is that grandmother who controls the situation. So that's what I'm saying.
Of the
We can
mother.
talk.
Where's your family?
Period.
Where was your family?
My family's nowhere. That's why.
So it was just you by yourself.
Yeah,
right?
I was living with my auntie.
You were living with your auntie. So
Yeah.
your auntie was your village. She had a duty to teach you a better way. Your auntie, not the baby
But
mama's
she didn't
mama.
do that, though.
She didn't. So
Right.
both of those in the situation didn't.
She taught me
So
a good thing. I ain't gonna go there
No,
like
I'm
that,
talking
but
about
she
just
couldn't
specifically
do
on the structure that I started speaking about.
Okay.
That to be set. How do you set this structure now? Everything is on fire. Everything is in disarray. I'm too young to really process this.
Correct.
A lot of things are going to transpire probably over the next couple years until you
And listen,
until you get a little
and
bit of maturity.
I am trying to get you to talk from the woman's aspect of being the grandmother. That's what I'm trying to get.
Okay, so
because-
I'm hearing you say you want to see what blame she has. Yes, she has blame.
What could
there.
she do
the same
better?
The same blame that every other adult in your life had. She had.
Okay.
So I hear you. I hear the pain. I hear the anger from what you experienced at the hands of her because you felt like it could have been a lot easier had that one person did some things different. So I hear
Right.
you.
I want to know what
hear
she could have
you there.
did different though.
What she
Because
could
we
what she could
always-
have done different
Yeah,
was
because
what,
we
what I
always
was
can
about
talk
to say.
about what the dude and all. I'm tired of hearing that because women do have a stake in a lot of this. That's why when you
Correct.
said women
That's
are
why
important.
I never asked just about you. I asked you about the adults in your life
Right.
at the time, male or
Well,
or
my
female.
mother
But I
died
can
when
say
I was 13, and my mama really wasn't in my life like
So
that.
your aunt, though. So you
my
had- you
auntie
had-
was my,
you had auntie, right? So the adults in your life, whether they male or women,
My daddy
male or
was, he
female,
wasn't there either. So.
whatever, is that we have a duty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? To do what's best. I said it earlier. To do what's best for the children. Sometimes though, they don't even know because it ain't no handbook for this.
I can
So
tell that.
all I can
know
revert back
that.
to, is self.
Yeah.
So I can say in a situation where you got all the cards stacked against you, what can I do different? Is what I can say. You know what I'm saying? What can I do different in the terms
So
of you?
it's nothing. It's not.
At
so
16,
look,
at 16, the way it played out.
Because I want to stick to the grandmother. So I have an answer for that. And I have an answer for any grandmother or any child, father or mother If that girl or your son get pregnant, do not treat the other goddamn person on the side of there like they ain't shit. Because that don't make them feel good. Okay? That's real. And that's really flat. Easy answer to say. Because you not perfect, you not perfect, you not perfect, you not perfect, I ain't perfect. Ain't nobody gonna be perfect. So when you say love them where they at, that's where I should have got. Love where I was at.
Yeah.
As a
That's it.
16-year-old
That's
boy
it.
who
That's
did
why I
not
said
know
any
a
adult in your
goddamn
life,
thing about
particularly.
nothing, no
Yes.
mama, I would have been the best. I would have loved if she would have brought me in. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what you
part
was
of the family,
expecting,
let's
too.
go. That's what I was
But
expecting.
the surprise was like, wait a minute. So you add more on to the abandonment of me in my time of need. And
There
I
you
understand you there. So that's why I said love them where they at. Because you never know what the absence was in the person life that you encounter.
Correct.
You know, whether good or bad. You know, it's people running around shooting everything up. But we don't understand the absence to it. And the absence that they had in their life. And that's the root of the issue. That's the root of the issue why cats running around on all these drugs. Because they, when you know, like we was at the funeral. So you got all family in there, but we don't know what every family member going through at that point and how close they were to my mother, and which one of them was already close to the edge and this just pushed them.
Man.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why you got to love people where they at, because you don't know what didn't already happen and transpire, and what's even from the point you meet them and they go forth into the future, what's going to transpire then. So we have to be meeting people where they at, because you never know how that could change a person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? As far as I'm saying for the good. That's why it was important for me to say love them where they at.
Yeah.
We have to, man. We got to get to loving people where they at. You never know how that'll change them. My dad was an addict for 40 years. And I used to have to take him back and forth to Cochran, VA hospital, to get, you know, his meetings, his medicines, all this stuff. One day, I was allowed to go a little bit behind the scenes with him, and the counselor was late. So I was in there just talking to the guys. And we was having such a great discussion that when the counselor came in, he like, no, you know what? Man, you stay there and you keep going. Because I see you getting through to some of them that I couldn't even get through to. And what I figured out was these veterans who have addictions, you have the addiction, you have the veteran, you have the VA who's trying to help them. You know what's missing from that dynamic? That family support system. That could be that last drop in the bucket to change them and persuade them to come back this way.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? I seen it there. I'm like, so now I understand how much it meant for me to be there with my own father. And he like, man, that's my son. They like, man, Shaw, bring your son back next time. You know what I'm saying? And because of the guidelines and stipulations, I couldn't go back as often, but I was willing. You know, and sometimes we just got to be willing to meet you where you at. And stand in the gap, man. It's not a bad thing. It's gonna come back. Cause that energy positively that you put out is gonna come back in some way or form in a positive manner, man. We have to start meeting each other where we at and stop throwing each other away. We tend to do that. It's a little easier to be like, man, cuz on drugs, I ain't dealing with him.
Yeah.
It's easier to do that than to, okay, man, let me love him where he at. Talk to him. Hey, man, you hungry? You know what I'm saying? Because you never know that little bit can be magnified. You know what I'm saying? Because, I'm sorry, y'all, but this is me and my fiber. God is love.
Amen.
So that's what we got to be, man. That's really me. That's me speaking from the heart. We got to meet people where we at, where they at. Stop just throwing each other away. And I'm talking to my brothers and sisters. Let's stop throwing each other away, man. Let's reach back. Because too much is given, much is required. And I understand that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I give freely. Much love. You know what I'm saying? Support everything, but man, we gotta meet people where they at, wrap our arms around them, and love on them, man. That's to me is the cure all.
Cool. Hey man, this was a good motherfucking conversation.
It is.
And I thank y'all for the invite.
I do challenge all grandmothers out there. You know what I'm saying? For real, stand up, do the right thing by these men. Do the right thing.
Love
do the right
us.
thing.
We love y'all, goddamn.
For real, especially in your situation, though, for real, deeper, like looking at how you were wronged first. Like she lied to you, she did all of these things, you know what I'm saying? And you were still the one that was looked at like you was the problem. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sorry that happened to you. I see how that could have changed the trajectory for you and how you view things and how you process relationships and things like that. So I'm sorry that happened to you.
And you talking about a foundation of abandonment that she threw another layer on top of. So it just added to that wound she didn't recognize and understood he had.
Yeah.
But maybe she did.
You never know.
African proverb says, the child who does not feel love from the village will burn it down to feel its warmth. Just to feel its warmth.
Yeah, that's some deep shit.
That's real, man.
Shit.
That's real.
Yeah.
Man, we descendants of slaves. We already have trauma and wounds that can be easily reopened.
Yeah.
You know, we see society post salt in it every day.
Oh,
The have and the have-nots. You know, but we have to go back to embracing each other, man. And that's the start. Let's build on that foundation.
Yeah.
You know, that's simple. It's free. It don't cost us nothing. It may cost a little time, and they say time is money, but I would rather give time instead of money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
And once I was told, you know, that when I was actually told by another race that black people are the most forgiving people in this world.
I believe that.
The most forgiving. And he would say, he just put it like this, man. Black people, when it comes to certain white people, they automatically erase from the family. We're not fucking with you on the street. Blah, 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 we're not fucking with you.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? No money, no nothing. You just got. I'm not saying this. But black people, motherfuckers steal their money. Help you look for it. All of that.
Man.
And this week, you giving them something to eat. If you truly love, you know what I'm saying? That's what black people do, sister. For real. And that's the truth.
All right.
And we are forgiving. Because if we didn't forgive, we wouldn't be here fucking today. It would be a mass-style war.
Oh, yeah.
Real talk.
Yeah.
We forgive people.
So that's why you think Wayne went to war? Because we forgiving people?
I'm going to tell you why.
Oh, we at war.
Hold on.
So,
The decision ain't been made up yet. See, we got the power of choice. People don't understand that power. That's the biggest power God gave you
that
to
free will.
Free will.
Yeah.
The power to choose whether if you're going to do this or that. Some people get those examples of what they should do in front of their face when they faced with that decision.
The first
You're being coached. From the time you come out that damn womb, you being coached. Coached to breathe. Coached to hear. Those are all your senses have been coached in the womb. They're given. Once you get out, you got your sight. Your sight. And what you heard. The gift is sight. Sight. You might be, but sight. So you learning right off the fucking bat. Then you get your touch. which was the first touch to be your mama. So you know what your fucking mama's touch.
Mm-hmm.
It's right. You know the warmth of her body, the warmth of her bosom, all of that. So those things are coming. Sin only comes within what you see. You're not thinking about sin as a fucking baby. Yeah, who? We're born into a world of sin. We're not born to be sinful.
Basically, your experience is what's going to
learn behaviors.
Yeah, is what's going to dictate how
but
you
you know,
take stuff.
when you mention free will,
that's crazy.
The fork in the road for free will is hope. That's why war ain't broke out with us against our
America.
oppressors, because we hold on to hope.
Hope is big, because we always
That's it.
had
That's
hope.
the fork in the road for free will. That's the when you making that choice. That's what keep you from picking the ladder of let's go ape crazy out here. It's hope. We hold on to hope. That's why it's so easy for us to forgive, because we just hoping if we cross this road the next time, a greater outcome. You know what I'm saying? So it's
hoping the
hope.
motherfucker would.
Hope and faith, but
You know?
we got that faith too, because faith is believing in what we already know.
You gotta have a lot of faith.
Faith, bro, you got that faith. You live it every day, bro. You got.
All right. So we about to go ahead to the last section of the. I'm gonna do you a favor and do the one from last week. We probably ain't gonna. Well, I ain't gonna say that. It's called Question Your Life.
Man.
And I'm gonna start with Comp the Great, because you ain't been saying nothing since you
been agreeing with y'all, man.
all day. Who you think you love the most out of life? You gotta pick one person. The crazy thing, we know you love everybody the same and all that. You don't gotta explain all that stuff. I just want you to pick one person on both of these categories. Who you think loved you the most? So who do you think loved you the most out your life? And who do you think you love the most out of life?
Well, I mean, I feel a lot of love in general, and it ain't always from people who I think it should be coming from. So it's very rarely from like people close to me and stuff like that.
Right.
The amount of unconditional and just totally reciprocated love that I feel like I receive. I think that came from my mom.
All day.
I think that came from I didn't deserve her, at all. So I feel like I got just the shit loved out of me by my mom, man. And it's crazy.
That's a very typical answer.
So
what about who you love the most?
And that would be messed up though, because that wasn't reciprocated the way that it should have been to the person who earned it. It's a close one, man.
And you can group kids together. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to pick a child with them. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, it would be, I only have one kid, so
okay.
And I feel like it would be my kid, but I had a lot of help with raising my kid. I mean, I was a single father, but I was never really single ever.
I know what that means.
So I mean, my wife has helped me cultivate my son and help him become the man that he is. She didn't have to. She has no kids. She didn't need to step up and, you know, assume that role. And she stuck by us, you know what I'm saying? It's been a while, you know. So she stuck by us and held us down and built us up and brought things to our attention. So like I said, they kind of share that with me. I got to group them two together because like I couldn't imagine life without either one of them, to be honest.
All day.
So I mean, because I couldn't have did it without her, and I couldn't have did it without him, and he wouldn't be him without us. And so it's that triangle right there. In my opinion, that's something that's irreplaceable in my life.
Okay, I like that.
My mom gave me the love that I was got that love. Then my mom taught me how to distribute it. So,
gotcha. Melanie, I can't wait to hear yours.
The person that loves me the most, I would say my children.
Okay.
That loves me the most, and I just say that because no matter what I do, no matter what, in their innocent eyes, I'm their mommy. You know, no matter what demons I fight coming home, no matter what battles I have today, when that key turn the door, it's mommy, and they love me.
Oh, I like that.
Whom I love the most, that's kind of difficult. Because I would say, yes, my children. Yes, I have a phenomenal relationship with both of my parents. But I'm going to say my grandmother.
Okay. My
dad's mom. I'm her only biological granddaughter. And a lot of the things that she taught me, I didn't even understand until she was gone. So it's she like really prepped me, you know, to walk in her shoes and to carry the torch, so to speak, in that way. So just love her. I miss her. I look like her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of my spirit encompasses who she was. I think she'd be proud. So
good.
I love her.
I like that.
Oh man, it's simple for me. I buried my mother Friday, but that's not even the answer to those questions. Both ways, it's Christ. I love Christ. Christ loved me. You know, after going through burying my mother, I know I love Christ and He loved me. So that's simple for me, man.
Okay. Same Floyd.
It's always the same for me. Everybody loves Jesus, God, you know. I know He loved me. That's why I'm here. So that's simple, you know. That's simple, you know.
Yes. So you going with the same thing he said?
That's self-explanatory. My kids, you know. My kids.
The one who love you the most?
Yeah.
Okay. Your kids. Who do you love the most?
My family. Everybody in whole.
Well, I guess it's on me, huh?
Yes, sir.
I don't remember what I said last.
Tweet.
Say, who I think loved me the most was my auntie. And who did I love the most is my kids. So, I definitely love the Most High. Me and the Most High got a special situation.
That's it.
Big sandals. I call them big sandals.
Big sandals. You know what I'm saying? He always been there. Signs, they everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes you don't look at them, but you better see them. Yeah. I know that. All right, man. I think we had a good conversation. I appreciate Melody being here as the queen. The one thing I love when we have a queen on here, because we love to hear your perspective on it. And then we want you to hear ours too.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you know, on some of the podcasts I be on, it be more of an argument, but it's not really, to me, it's not an argument. It's like I'm expressing how I actually feel about a situation and would like a person to address it. Let me know, like, that's why I be, some of the stuff with philosophies, it is, some of it's personal. That's why philosophies get done. Because some people are going through, they're experiencing another part of life that somebody might not ever been through. And people might not be believing, man, this happening, man, this can't be happening. You can, no, this shit's real. Some people just move like it ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we need to, I like everything everybody said today. And like I said, this therapy for me, and we healing every day. You know what I'm saying? So the Philosophy Show about to go off, man. I would love for Melanie and DaGreat to tell them where they can find y'all at, man.
Wonderful. So you can find me on Instagram at Mrs. _Bud Talk STL. You can find me on Facebook at Melanie Marie. Also, my business page is the Canna Education Collective. We are located in Delwood. We have a host of classes to teach you how to cultivate, how to get your medical cards, and just provide basic education and advocacy for those who are interested in the industry or learning more about the industry. Also, if you want to learn more about Amendment 3, which is the adult use marijuana bill that's going to be on the ballot November the 8th, you can go to legalmo22.com. Again, that's www.legalmo22.com. Go to all the frequently asked questions. Tap in with me if you have anything direct that you want to ask. But yeah, that's how you can reach me. Oh, and you can take one of these. Can you pass that down to?
I am DaGreat, and like I said, I am on all major platforms as DaGreat. The company that I manage the music and the artists would be Starvin Artist Entertainment. That's STARVN ARTISTENT. And I'm on Instagram, official_comp. And I'm going to be Friday at the Oz on the 28th, I believe. And you'll be able to catch me there, a live show, and turn it up with a lot of cool talent and a lot of artists. So we just stay out in the system, trying to help people, and hopefully I can continue to persist the way that I have. So I appreciate y'all having me.
All day, man. We appreciate y'all being here, man. We about to get up out this piece. I'm gonna play about 3 songs though, so we can take some pictures. All right. What's that? November 8th. That's when they vote.
Yep, it's election day.
Yeah.
Midterms. So if you want, you can just fold this up, put it in your pocket, so when you get home, you can read the information that's on the back.
All right, man. We'll see y'all next Sunday, man. Hey, much love, Daddy Rich. Love you sitting in with us, man.
I appreciate the invite, man. Yeah. Anytime, brother. I had them flip-flops.
Louis Wood.
What's up, Witty World? Science and 93 Pipeline, Floyd Board, St. Louis. You know what it is. I love my city. We got it going on. Plus, we grind every day. Got them cartons. We even got the blue, block to block, corner to corner. You know how we do it. Grind every day. That's what it is. I call it home. Floyd Boy, I miss you, drop. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my home. 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 St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my city. but the party never ends. Till sunrise come again. Out of town to say your friends. NCL is all in. Jackers be like towies. Sometimes they can't ignore it. You're sleeping and should be working. It's like you're asking for it. Cause man, it get crazy. Weather make people shame. So I hustle daily. This how my city raised. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my home. My home. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my home. My home. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my city. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my home. St. Louis, my city.
For 2 hours.
It went so fast though.
These niggas keep this shit disturbing the peace. Fucking with nigga dignity in this motherfucker. Fuck, I'ma keep on smiling. Bitch, nigga, I'm me. That's all I am. That's all I be. All my life. That's all I had. So all I need is me. I ain't nothing like you. I'm a different breed. I don't for no man be like I bleed. When it all boils down, bitch, nigga, you ain't fucking with me. I go and get it. I play for keeps. I'm me. Fuck niggas mad cause they ain't eating off me. That's all I am. That's all I be. All my life. That's all I had. So all I need, I'm grown, handle my own, move by my lonesome, get it when I want some, murder damn on some. Tops off with the trunk bumping, and I got the whole trap jumping. Automatic for protection, Smith & Wesson, lot of fuck niggas throwing something my direction. I can smell the essence of your estrogen, no bitch ass nigga need just for me. Nah, keep a couple of these just for them. 2 guns on my side like a Western. Turn a motherfucker limb from limb. Nowadays these niggas too feminine. Bitch made, fuck what I'm doing, get paid. I go and get it like they give it away. Filling out bank statements, I ain't feeling the hate. Briefcase full of nothing but the bitch in the bag. I'm me. That's all I am. That's all I be. All my life. That's all I had. So all I need is me. I ain't nothing like you. I'm a different breed. I don't for no man be like I bleed. When it all boils down, bitch, nigga, you ain't fucking with me. I go and get it. I play for keeps. I'm me. Fuck niggas mad cause they ain't eating off me. That's all I am. That's all I be. All my life. That's all I had. So all I need. Came up from a struggle, so I'm proud of my hustle. Got me feeling untouchable. I'm the motherfucking truth, no substitute. So if you don't keep it real, I don't fuck with you. Too many motherfuckers worry about what I do. Don't pay my bills, can't pay they dues. Couldn't take one full step in my shoes. I'd kill myself if I was you. Leave living to the real niggas. I'll fuck around and make a real nigga have to come and deal with you. Come and get you like a meal ticket. And all them fuck niggas that you with get killed with you. I'm on the grind getting green like a dill pickle. In my ass, that's the only real big picture. Y'all niggas watching me like a babysitter. Looking in the mirror, I can see why you hate a nigga. Bitch, nigga, I'm me. That's all I am. That's all I be. All my life. That's all I had. So all I need is me. I ain't nothing like you. I'm a different breed. I don't for no man be like I bleed. When it all boils down, bitch, nigga, you ain't fucking with me. I go and get it. I play for keeps. I'm me. Fuck niggas mad cause they ain't eating off me. That's all I am. That's all I be. All my life. That's all I had. So all I need is me.
peace. Fucking with a nigga dignity in this motherfucker. Fuck, I'ma keep on smiling.
Bitch, nigga, I'm me. That's all I am. That's all I be. All my life. That's all I had. So all I need is me. I ain't nothing like you. I'm a different breed. I don't for no man be like I bleed. When it all boils down, bitch, nigga, you ain't fucking with me. I go and get it. I play for keeps. I'm me. Fuck niggas mad cause they ain't eating off me. That's all I am. That's all I be. All my life. That's all I had, so all I need. I'm grown, handle my own, move by my lonesome, get it when I want some, murder damn on some. Tops off with the trunk bumping, and I got the whole trap jumping. Automatic for protection, Smith & Wesson, lot of fuck niggas throwing something my direction. I can smell the essence of your estrogen, no bitch ass nigga need just for me. Nah, keep a couple of these just for them, 2 guns on my side like a Western. Turn a motherfucker limb from limb, nowadays these niggas too feminine. Bitch made, fuck what I'm doing, get paid. I go and get it like they give it away. Filling out bank statements, I ain't feeling the hate. Briefcase full of nothing but the bitch and me. I'm me. That's all I am. That's all I be. All my life. That's all I had. So all I need is me. I ain't nothing like you. I'm a different breed. I don't for no man be like I bleed. When it all boils down, bitch, nigga, you ain't fucking with me. I go and get it. I play for keeps. I'm me. Fuck niggas mad cause they ain't eating off me. That's all I am, that's all I be. All my life, that's all I had. So all I need. Came up from a struggle, so I'm proud of my hustle. Got me feeling untouchable. I'm the motherfucking truth, no substitute. So if you don't keep it real, I don't fuck with you. Too many motherfuckers worry about what I do. Don't pay my bills, can't pay they dues. Couldn't take one full step in my shoes. I'd kill myself if I was you. Leave living to the real niggas. Or fuck around and make a real nigga have to come and deal with you. Come and get you like a meal ticket. And all them fuck niggas that you break get killed with you. I'm on the grind getting green like a dill pickle. In my eyes, that's the only real big picture. Y'all niggas watching me like a babysitter. Looking in the mirror, I can see why you hate a nigga. Bitch, nigga, I'm me. That's all I am. That's all I be. All my life. That's all I had. So all I need is me. I ain't nothing like you. I'm a different breed. I don't for no man be like I bleed. When it all boils down, bitch, nigga, you ain't fucking with me. I go and get it. I play for keeps. I'm me. Fuck niggas mad cause they ain't eating off me. That's all I am. That's all I be. All my life. That's all I had, so all I need is me.
Let's go, go. These niggas go, go. Yeah.
Bitch, I'm F-R-E-E, crazy nigga free. Fucked around, I gave him pussy, now he hiding in my trees. Nigga S-I-N-G-L-E, I been. You can't claim yourself my man and you ain't got no fucking ends. Bitch, I'm F-R-E-E, crazy nigga free. Fucked around, I gave him pussy, now he hiding in my trees. Nigga S-I-N-G-L-E, I been. You can't claim yourself my man and you ain't got no fucking ends. Cause you broke. You's a joke. Cause you broke. You's a joke. He said 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm knocking at the door. I said you really fucking crazy or either short but slow. Little girl ass nigga, you ain't tell me you was broke. You can't come here uninvited, Jazzy Jeff, you gotta go. He be popping out